It's an honor to be here today. Thank you to the Knights and Daughters of Vartan for including me in this very important event. The so-called special relationship between the United States and Turkey is based on two falsehoods. The first is that Turkey is a secular democracy, and the second is that Turkey is an indispensable member of NATO. Well, we know that Turkey is not secular, it is Islamist, nor is Turkey a democracy. Last weekend's sham referendum is proof of Turkey's tilt towards dictatorship under President Tayyip Erdogan. Nor is Turkey an indispensable member of NATO. NATO is more than a security alliance. It is a coalition of countries with shared values. And because Turkey is Islamist, anti-American, and anti-Western, if NATO were being established today, Turkey simply would not qualify as a member. I've always believed that hard problems can be solved through dialogue. And from 2001 to 2004, I chaired the Turkey-Armenia Reconciliation Commission. TARC's work represented enormous progress addressing the Armenian genocide. It facilitated the participation of both sides in a legal opinion, recognizing that the UN definition fit the Armenian experience. TARC also facilitated the agreement of joint recommendations to concerned governments on how to establish and improve relations. I welcome the fact in 2009, when the Armenian and Turkish governments signed protocols to advance their relationship by establishing diplomatic relations, lift the Turkish blockade of Armenia, and address unresolved problems. Armenia's President Serge Sarkisian stood by those agreements. Erdogan betrayed them, refusing to submit the protocols to Parliament for ratification. A dialogue is not a substitute for progress. It takes two to talk. And dialogue is impossible when one side wants to subordinate and humiliate the other. Erdogan is not conciliatory. He uses anti-Christian and anti-Armenian rhetoric in order to excite his political base. So more than what he says, Turkey and Erdogan should be judged for what he does. The Erdogan government is currently seeking to control the election of the new Armenian Church Patriarch in Istanbul. Turkey has reversed prior trends towards objective education on the millennia-old Armenian history in Turkey. The Armenian Church used to have 5,000 churches and religious institutions. Today it has less than 50. Previously, Armenians were allowed to renovate and reopen the historic St. Giragos Church, which I visited in Diyarbakir. However, under the pretext of counterterrorism, the Turkish government expropriated the church, falsely claiming it would repair the damage. The Turkish government is planning to replace destroyed neighborhoods in the southeast with condominiums, resettling Syrian refugees, making them citizens and AKP supporters. And we all know that Turkey is fomenting and plays an unhelpful role in efforts to resolve the aggression by Azerbaijan in Nagorno-Karabakh. It's time that the U.S. and the West sees Turkey for what it is, not for what it may have been or we wish that Turkey were. The EU should suspend Turkey's candidacy negotiations and provide clear benchmarks for renewing talks. NATO should establish a compliance review mechanism to evaluate whether members meet their democracy commitments, and if Turkey fails, as it would, its NATO membership should be suspended. The U.S. should reject Turkey's extortion over Incirlik Air Force Base and develop alternative facilities in Jordan, Kuwait, Iraqi Kurdistan, or in Cyprus. And Washington should support the establishment of an official commission of inquiry to investigate Erdogan for war crimes against the Kurds and lay the groundwork for accountability. Today is Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day for Jews worldwide. We remember those who perished and those who resisted. We also recall that when Adolf Hitler launched the Holocaust, he famously remarked, "Who today remembers what happened to the Armenians?" Well, we remember what happened to the Armenians. I remember during one of our TARC meetings, an Armenian participant recounted how his mother told him he was lucky to grow up with aunts and uncles because in her family of genocide survivors, she had neither. I remember my friend Elie Wiesel telling me how his little sister Tzipora perished in the gas chambers of Auschwitz. He would also say that neglect is complicity. The world turns its backs on atrocities in the 20th century. Atrocities must not be allowed in the 21st century. Your work and presence here today is so important. So together, we remember Armenians who perished. Without hesitation, we call it a genocide. Never again must have meaning for the memory of those who were killed. For Armenians today in Nagorno-Karabakh, for Yazidis in Iraq, for all people who suffered crimes against humanity and genocide. So we all join together in saying, God bless Armenia, God bless America, and God bless righteous defenders everywhere.